So firstly, Graham, congratulations. Just won a league title, getting ready to play in the Conference League tomorrow. Cup final on Sunday. Life is good around here.
Yeah, it's a special time to be at the football club. Obviously, coming off Saturday after winning the league, getting that celebrations and things like that, and now a Conference League game to look forward on Thursday and a cup final to look forward on Sunday. So it's a special time to be at the football club.
Yeah, it seems to be, and just in terms of, I suppose, the success that you've had, Graham, for a young boy who started out with Belleville, made the journey across the water, found himself coming back again, then went again, and here you are now kind of with the success, as I say, over the last 7 years with the club. It's been an incredible journey, really.
Yeah, it's been a great journey, obviously playing for Belleville as a kid, leaving, going to Aston Villa and enjoyed 5 years there, and obviously went to Notts County, and that obviously becomes a time where I came into some difficult times and things like that, and I was at a crossroads in my career and things like that, so I obviously came back to Rovers and got myself going again, and to get a move off the back of that to Preston and things like that was great, and I found myself back here within a year, but I knew within 6 months when I went back to Preston I wanted to come back home, and things like that, and so coming back home was probably the best decision I've made is in football, and now off the back of the success that I've had at this football club is in winning 5 leagues, so to be here during that time is very special.
Just on that, you mentioned, I suppose, when you were young, you went away very young. Can it be too much too soon sometimes for young kids going away? And obviously it's changed now, the landscape, even from when we went away, where lads stay here now with the academy set up. Can it be very, very hard for a young kid going away?
It can be difficult. I remember the first day I was leaving the house, going into the unknown and things like that, and living with a family and things like that. I was crying when I was leaving, but I had the family there with me the first couple of days to settle in, but I think it depends on the person too, as in when they're going, how mentally strong they are at that moment in time, and obviously to be mentally strong at that age of 16 was obviously difficult, but I settled in quite quickly. The family were very good to me, still keep in contact with the family today, so they were very good to me, so it can be very difficult, and I think now it's much better now for probably kids going away at that later stage, and for lads to be come through playing this league, get exposed to men's football and things like that, and I think it sets them up stronger for when they go away.
You're obviously a mature player, shall we call it now, Graham, looking back, but that move to Preston, did you feel as though then this was a time to really kick on in your career? But you mentioned there that after 6 months you kind of knew you. Is that because you're a bit of a home bird as well?
Yeah, I think it is because I'm a bit of a home bird. I obviously came back to try and get myself going again, and obviously had a very good time here and scored a few goals and played for Ireland that time, and off the back of that the move came to Preston, and when I got to Preston I played at the start and then kind of fizzled out for me, and I was in the stands a lot of the time and on the bench not coming on, and January came and I went on loan and I went to Gillingham, and it kind of brought me back to that time of when I was at Notts County, and it being those difficult, them recurring memories coming back to me and things like that, and and coming back off being so happy at home and enjoying life at home and enjoying my football and things like that, as in when I went to Gillingham and I was playing, I wasn't really enjoying it. I knew in myself that I wasn't enjoying it, so I knew quite quickly at that time that I wanted to come back home, just me and my partner. I was at home, lonely, things like that, trying to do things, not many things to do, and that, so, when the opportunity came to the end of the season and speaking to my agent and things like that, I knew that I wanted to come back home, and obviously seeing Rovers were growing, the squad was getting stronger, and wanted to come back and be a part of that, and lucky enough that was able to happen, and went on, and we ended up winning the Cup in 2019, and success that we've had off the back of that has been quite special.
Yeah, and you've so many happy memories because of all those successes. But just on the stuff there when you were young, Graham, and I suppose the loneliness and feeling down, how important is it for young kids and young lads? Because there'd be a lot of people who would look at you and the career that you've had, but just and seeing the flip side, how important is it to be, no matter where you are, what club, but that you're playing regularly?
Yeah, you need to be playing regularly. It's what we all want to do, is being on the pitch. And you know, sometimes when you're not playing, you can start to question yourself and things like that, you know, and it can get in on you, you know. And a lot of kids that do go away, like there's only a certain percentage of people that do make it, you know. So it is difficult and things like that. And you know, when I went to Villa, it kind of went well for me. At the start, I was playing all the time. I was regularly moving up to reserves and playing with them and regularly training with the first team. And you know, in 2 years of being at the club, I've been on the bench in the Premier League. I've made my debut for Villa, and I won the next gen, and it was all going so smoothly then. And then I signed a new contract and went on loan to Shrewsbury. Didn't work out for me. By the time I knew it, I was at that crossroads of leaving and going to Notts County, and it's obviously difficult, but that's football. You have your ups, you have your downs and things like that. And you know, looking back on it now, it obviously made me stronger and things like that, where like bad games now, I don't think about them as too much. You know what I mean? You move on quite quickly, but at the younger age, you probably think about it and start questioning yourself.
Again, I think that's with maturity as well, and adversity makes you stronger. The happier times, Graham, were obviously, you mentioned there, making your debut for Ireland, scoring a goal as well. I think the debut came against France.
Yeah, it came...
in the Stade de France as well, was it, Jeff?
Came against France, Stade de France. Obviously, special moment for me is in...
Was that the highlight?
That is the highlight of my career. I think for anybody's career is a highlight. It's the most special moment you can have in football for a football player, is in to represent your country. It doesn't really get any bigger than that. And you know, I remember it so well, as in getting the shout from Martin to go on. It was thunderstorms, picked up my jersey, was soaking wet, had to wring her out, put her on, standing there, and you know, went on and played the game. And then, you know, sitting in the changing room after it, like realising what I've just done is in played for my country, and to follow her up to playing the Aviva against USA and to score
as well, yeah.
You know, was in a special moment, and nobody can ever take that away from me. And yeah, it's something that is very, very special there.
Yeah, and well deserved at the time as well, Graham. Obviously, we followed your career closely. The phrase I often use about you, you're very easy on the ice, so technically gifted. So since you've come back here, the success has been unbelievable. But what would you kind of put that down to in terms of not just individually, but say Stephen and the manager and the group as well?
I think it's the group. I think it's the group that Stephen has built, the characters he's bringing into the group. You know, I was obviously here 2017, and I think we finished third or fourth, and then, you know, bodies started coming in, and you could see the group getting stronger. And I obviously was away at that stage when I seen that, and I was looking at it, and Rovers were obviously doing so well in the league to where I'm thinking, I've only left now. They could win the league now after me leaving, like, so. But yeah, I just think the way the manager is, the way he is, the confidence he instills in people. Obviously, he was only out of the game that time, so he knew what players liked, what they needed, the confidence they need to have. And you know, he's built an incredible football team here, and every year he's obviously added to it, made it stronger. So yeah, I think obviously it's down to Stephen and the staff and the style of play that he has and how he wants us to play. But I think me personally speaking, what he's done for me is always given me confidence and always made me feel that I'm a good player.
Would you feel though, from us looking in from the outside watching it, you seem like a very confident player anyway, composed, relaxed, it all seems to come naturally to you, but you still feel as though you need that kind of build up from the manager to give you that confidence as well?
Yeah, I think we all want to be installed with confidence. We all want the manager to think that we're very good players, and for me, like, confidence is a big part of my game, the way I want to play the game. You know, I want to get on the ball, I want to be brave, I want to take the ball in situations that are tight. You know, I'm a pocket player, so for me, like, receiving the ball, there's always going to be one or two people around me, and you know, I always need that confidence to back myself to get out of it, and then to be in situations of scoring goals, trying to help people score goals and things like that. So for me, I base my football off my awareness and my touch and everything like that. So I obviously need to have that spot on to try and play as well as I think I can play.
Where did that come from? Was that just obviously a natural talent, but just in terms of, I suppose, would there be players you look at, Graham, or who do you kind of model yourself on, or would you have looked up to players when you were a young kid?
I never really looked up to players. You know, I was a Liverpool fan. I looked up to Gerrard and things like that. You know, and obviously Wes Houlihan was. We're from the same area. Yeah. I went and watched a lot of games at Shells, and you know, small technical player, like, can get away from people with his body movement and things like that. And you know, that's how I like to play football. And you know, I always played football on the streets and things like that. So I think that's probably where I got that style of playing football.
Not just a creator, you're scoring plenty of goals as well. I think 5 of the last 6 seasons you've been in double figures. But we're looking forward to the cup final, a huge day on Sunday, Graham, the showpiece day that everybody loves. But you have the record of scoring in every round of the competition so far, so will you be looking to add to that on Sunday?
I didn't know that.
Really, yeah.
No, I didn't know that. That's a record, is it?
Well, I think there's only a few.
Oh, so you did.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
But just from your own point of view,
that,
you've done that in every game. You've scored in every game so far, yeah.
Yeah, listen, obviously, the most special moment I probably have at this football club is the 2019 Cup final.
Ahead of all the league titles?
Yeah, ahead of all of them. I think, like, that's the first professional trophy I won, the first that most of us in the group have won. And you know, that day is in, you know, other than playing big games, like, is in coming out, seeing everything, family there, everything like that. Yeah, that's the most special trophy that I've probably won at this club. And I'm really looking forward to this. Last time we were in the cup final was 2020. It was obviously a COVID year, so we obviously haven't been back to the final since then. So it was obviously a goal of ours to get back there, and it's obviously took a couple of years for us to do. And we're really looking forward to this. Is
that something that has kind of annoyed the group a little bit, the fact that you won in 2019, you've had all the success in the league, but there's been no cup success since?
Yeah, I think for this group, you know, we set our aim every season is to win a league and to be in a cup final. And to not be there in 5 years. 5 years is kind of probably disappointing on our end. But I mean, sometimes you get tough draws, and you know, as in, we went to Derry off the back of a European game, lost there. Last year we lost to Bowes in Daleyman, tough draw. So yeah, it is disappointing that we haven't got back there in that amount of years, but we obviously set a goal out this season to win the league, get into Europe and be there in that cup final.
And it's Cork City, as we know, Graham. They've just been relegated, but just in terms of a one-off game, is there more pressure on you because of that, just after winning the league title? You'd be red-hot favourites, or are you just focusing purely on yourselves?
Yeah, we just focus purely on ourselves. We've had a lot of tough games against Cork this year. Obviously, going back to the recent game 1-1, I thought Cork performed very well in the game. I think they have a lot of young players. A brilliant striker in Shawnee and a brilliant striker in Rudy, and obviously coming off the back of a an injury, but we know Cork have some fantastic players, so it's going to be a really tough game.
Speaking with my pundit's hat on, the semi-final, you probably should have had a red card. Looking back on that, now it would have meant being suspended, which I would have hated for any player, not just one who I'm a fan of, but it was kind of an incident where you probably got the rub of the green.
Yeah, there's obviously two sides of it. People obviously think that, other people think yellow on both sides are fair enough, but for me, I obviously lost my cool at that moment in time. At that moment in time, I thought a player was coming in to try and hurt me, to where I obviously reacted to that. It was a push. I tried to push him, but obviously all momentum, and I thought he went limp, to where it looked really bad when I seen it back after the game. I realised how bad it looked in that moment in the time in the game. I didn't think it looked too bad, but when I look back on it, and I was really lucky. It stuck with me for a few days, because I realised the consequences that it would have had for me, is in missing out on a cup final. As I was saying there, it took us so long to get back there to have missed it. It would have been a real disappointing.
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice there, even in terms of, I suppose, the one thing that we've kept in Ireland, and it's why I love it so much, the FAI Cup is the big showpiece day. But you have a busy schedule with Shamrock Rovers, the league, Europe, all that kind of thing. But to me, all Irish players love to be playing in the big showpiece day at the last day of the season. Yeah,
the cup final is obviously a special game. The whole day, the week, the build up to it, the hotel the night before, the new suit. It's not every day you get to wear a suit going to where.
Are you a suit man?
No, I'm more of a tracksuit person. I see a tracksuit. The ticket requests you get, I probably have 30 ticket requests for this game. Obviously, the last time I didn't have kids at the cup final, and they'd be coming out with me, walking out in the Aviva, so that's a special moment. So yeah, everybody wants to be there, and lucky enough we are.
Graham, it's been an absolute pleasure. As I said, you've had a brilliant career. I love to watch you play. Everybody will be looking forward to seeing you in the Aviva on Sunday, and hopefully all goes well for you.
Thank you. Thanks, Al.
Thanks, Graham.
Thank you.